The new season is upon us, and you might be thinking of upgrading your football gear, but 2020 has already given us so many awesome releases that it can be a little overwhelming choosing between all of them. So in today's video, I'm gonna try and help you narrowing down the products that I think have been the best new releases in 2020, all the way from football boots to training apparel over running shoes and street small-sided shoes, and basically everything you need for the new season. Now let's start out with the most obvious thing, which is the football boots, because 2020 has already given us a whole lot of new football boots, and most of them have actually also been pretty good. Amongst those is one of my current favorite boots at the moment, the Predator 20.1 Low, because not only does it give you next level grip, it's extremely comfortable, and then it just has this really unique feeling about it that no other boot offers on the market at the moment. Of course, the 20 Plus here is also really good and gives you grip that is even wilder on the 20.1 Low. And here you also get a laceless boot, but if you really want that performance benefit of lockdown that you get from the laces, and on top of that, having this adjustable fit, then the 20.1 is the way to go. Not only is it one of the best new releases of 2020, it's one of the best Predators Adidas have released in a long time. Now, another good new release that I definitely need to mention is the Nike Phantom VSN 2. It's one of those boots that I'm a little bit torn about because it's not as unique as the Predator 20.1s. But then again, it's one of those boots that I think everyone can go out, wear immediately, and have a really hard time being mad about, because the upper is very soft, it doesn't need any break-in time, and you just have a great, really grippy sensation on the ball and a very clean connection when you strike it. So a boot that's really hard to hate. Now, the last thing I want to mention is something from New Balance, which is the Furon V6. It's by far the best New Balance boot that I think I've ever tried, because not only is this fit weave upper extremely soft and very sock-like and very comfortable, but it also gives you a slightly more padded sensation than you get, for instance, on the Vapor 13. And because it now has an actual proper size stud length and a really snappy outsole, it is a great alternative to the Vapor if you want something that gives you the same speed-like abilities, but in a different package. But if you're like myself and you like the sauce when it comes to your boots, 2020 has been great for limited editions, and one of the first pairs to come out was the Predator Mutator archives that merged the original elements of 10 different Predators into this Frankenstein monster that is just really cool. Another thing Adidas did really well in the limited game was the remake of the Japan Blue Mania, with this 1-to-1 upper and the stripes finally wrapping underneath the boot. And even by 2020 boot standards, it's actually really good to play with. And I think one of my favorite releases so far of 2020 has to be this Future DNA Vapor 13 Superfly 1 mashup, because it gives me, you guys, the opportunity to play in the best speed boot on the market in this design that looks more or less exactly like the Superfly 1 did back in the day. Success. Now, of course, you also need a ball to kick, and here we've already seen quite a few. You can, of course, go out and get the brand new Champions League finale ball, which might be a little bit too slippery for my taste, although it looks really cool. Or you can go out and get the Adidas Unisport for the Euros, which technically released last year, but is a 2020 football, or the brand new Nike Merlin made for the rest of the Premier League. None of them can really compete with the Select Brilliant Super for being the best ball on the market, but they're very cool, and I reckon they're nice to play with too. But of course, the new season also means that when you're not training, you might actually want to consider, getting in shape. And here you can go for a jog, amongst other things. And while you can get a lot of good running shoes out there, well, one of the best new ones is, in my opinion, the Adidas 4D Run 1, which is basically made with this 3D printed outsole mimicking what you get in Adidas boots, the same rebound, and apart from being really comfortable to run in, I reckon it looks so cool that you can also use it as a sneaker. But as we all know, football isn't only played on the pitches, so if you enjoy playing on the streets or anywhere you can play small-sided basically, well, Nike has released what I think is the best small-sided street shoe I think I've ever used in my life. Because the React Gato here gives you a super soft upper that reminds me actually of the Hypervenom Phantom 1. The parts underneath the sole are really unique, and this is the only shoe that's really want me to change out of my trusted Lunar Gatos. Perhaps the most overlooked new release of 2020. You might also be one of those guys who always trains in just a t-shirt and a couple of shorts, and that is it. But if you like to feel good while you train, Nike just dropped their Vaporknit training apparel, which is absolutely amazeballs because it's actually 3D knitted, engineered after your body's movements in order to be as least restrictive as humanly possible. It feels very comfortable, it's super soft, as you can see, pretty stretchy, and it feels like something you could wear sitting on your couch. But the good thing is that it's actually made with this athletic fit, made for football, so it's tight, it feels right, but also it never really gets in the way. I absolutely love it. As you can see, I've already worn mine and gotten it a bit dirty. And speaking of playing on the street, if you like that but also want to look dope while you do it, you can get the PUMA First Mile jacket here, which is actually made out of recycled materials. And the cool thing is that it's wind and waterproof, but also made so you can move around in it and look pretty dope afterwards when you hang out with your friends. At least, I think it looks cool. So there you have them, my friends, some of the best new releases of 2020, well, at least up until this point, in my opinion. But what do you think are the best new products to come out this year? Well, as always, you should let me know in the comment section right down below. And if you need to go and gear up for the new season, you can buy everything in this video via the link to unisportstore.com right over there. But before you leave us, make sure that you subscribe to the channel with the little bell notifications on to see all the latest videos the second they drop. And if you want to learn how to improve as a footballer and get some wicked skills under your belt, click the playlist right down there. And with that said, guys, I'm signing off. Cheerio.